Hello, I'm John and welcome to Graveyard Walks. This is where we are today. I've never been to this church before. We're going to have about 10-15 minute walk around and just see the graves and spot, see if we can pick up anything. I'll try not to move too quickly, but I have got a time limit due to that I'm on a 30-minute break. I just thought I'm passing through here anyway, so I would have a bit of a look. I'm going to say a snooze, not so I don't do that sort of thing. Not when I'm working anyway. Bit of a look around. Some of these graves are quite old. Cannot even read this hardly. That they're really old. The writing's gone. I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm not going to do what Paul does and go in there and try and get into the church. I'll just say just doing the recording. Nothing, no law against that. I'm being absolutely respectful to the dead. Yeah, that's an old one. No, died. Yeah. Lucia, is that Lucia? Georgia. Duncan, who died November the 17th, 1894, aged 58 years. That was young. But again, maybe in 1894, that was, considered old maybe, because remember, life expectancy in those days was different to what it is now. This is just a small cemetery, well, smallish. So I'm going to see if I can find, And what I'm going to keep an eye on the time as well, people, because it's 12:30, so about another 10 minutes. I will see if there's any military graveyards here, military stones here. I think I see one over there, so I'm going to go towards it. If you see anything out of the ordinary, which I don't spot, please let me know. Because I'm open-minded to paranormal. I've had some things happen. Let's put it this way. At my mother's-in-law, I've had flowers come off the side unit because my wife's a twin, and her sister was going to get married. She didn't get married in the end. Cops, right? He's part of the military police. He died, this individual died, October 1918, age 34. Thank you for your service. Sadly, it was in vain. And then you might say, well, it wasn't, you got your own opinion, but I think it was in vain. If those poor buggers, poor soldiers of the First World War, really had known that it was going to lead to even a worse war, would even bothered. And there were lines, the old boy in Steptoe said, donkeys led by lions. Another individual, this, Corporal of Horse, page, the Lifeguards, 4th of March 1941, so I can only presume from that he died at sea. I can't do every single grave, people. What I'll do is I'm going to go along and do what I can, and because I want to be respectful of the dead, because we're all heading that way. I'm not trying to be morbid, I'm just saying it as a fact. This individual, Royal Air Force, again, thank you for your service. If you can hear me at all, if his spirits can hear me. People might think I'm going mad, but I don't think I am. 1944, 27 years of age, a kid in comparison to what I am now. I'm grateful we ain't gone into the wars. I'm not going to, you know what, I'll keep quiet. I just get on with the tour. May 1979. All I'm going to say to do with the First World War, the mistake we made, and I think many people acknowledge this, and I think it was General Foch, who was the commander of the French army, when he heard that we would not be marching the Germans back into Berlin, he said, no, 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 this will be a mistake and France will pay for it. And he was absolutely right. And sadly, he was right. Absolutely right. I can smell burning. Someone's burning something. I'm just looking to see if this is any more gravestones. So I've found about 3. I thought this might be one. It isn't. That's not bad, is it? 1914 and died in 1985. So he was about 71, roughly. So he was just under 70. Obviously, if I'm out anywhere and not into work, not working in other words, then obviously I will do a longer video, but I've also got to be careful of the bleeding time on this, what's it called? I've only been 6 minutes so far, so take my time, work my way around. Some I will miss, I'll get as many as I can. And you can always pause it. If you could like and subscribe to this video. If you would like to see any more content like this, please do. I will say hi to my daughter, CJ, Charlotte, in other words. Because she says, oh, you're going to upload a video. She's... I do scratch card videos as well when I can, because I'm not like rich people like Paul, Life of Paul and Scratch Card Lady. But there again, fairness to Scratch Card Lady, she does only spend about £15 a day. How that Paul does it, I don't know. He's spending like, must be £100 a day. Wow. Anyway, back to the tombstones. I'm, if I'll be honest, I'm sceptical to some degree, but after what's happened with the flowers in my mother-in-law flying off the unit in my mother-in-law's dining area, and certain other things have happened. My mum, my wife's nan passed away several years ago, about 4 years ago, and because she's a twin, I always call her the witch, not in the nasty way, is because things have happened where she's not feeling well and her sister Sandra felt it, or it's been the other way around. And with needles, it's been in the recent years since her death, things like, look at this, needles have appeared. Her rings disappeared and reappeared. Look at this. This is old. But in memory of J.W. Warner. Wow. Instructor of the Cheshire and volunteers. Volunteers died 1903. So aged 45 years. Who shall suddenly the lives of their hearts. Looking at this, he was in the army. I wonder if he served, if he was in the Boer in Africa. That's very interesting. I do like coming across interesting graves. They're dead exciting. Boom, boom. Sorry. You gotta have a bit of fun in life, eh? I'll tell you what, I would love to go to Sunderland Theatre and record in there. Allegedly, Sid James, anyone who knows who's watching this, if you're watching this from America, Sid James starred in the Carry On films along with Kenneth Williams, Hattie Jakes, Arthur Lowe, Peter Butterfield, and so on and so forth, and Joan Sims as well. And in the theatre, he died in 1976, actually 50 years this month. He was on stage and he had a heart attack. They thought he was joking first, a bit like what happened with Tommy Cooper, where he thought he was asleep, and then they realised he didn't get up, and they realised something was serious. They called for a doctor. It was too late. And the late Les Dawson, I think it's Les Dawson, or is it? I probably got the name wrong. I think it was Les Dawson, was in his went and played at that theatre. You know, there's this grave again. And he said I would never go, but he saw something, and he said I'm never going back in that dressing room. And what actually happened, I've only just found this out in the last 4 or 5 months, what actually happened apparently, is that as he went, I'm going to go around the other side, as he was getting changed, he looked in the mirror and he saw, allegedly, Sid James looking back at him, clutching his heart, and he's grey. I'll tell you what, if that's the case, it could be that the building's just acting as a recorder. But I'll tell you what, that's a good trick. It's amazing, isn't it? I'll take some of these graves and go slow, okay, and you can pause it. I'm sorry if it's a rush. I'm doing it as... Yeah, look at these monuments before I go, because I'm not going to have time to properly read it either. So this will be up, by the time this is uploaded, it's probably going to be like 7 tonight, or not 7 tonight, 8 or 9, because I don't finish work till 7. Right, break is nearly over, and I've got to get back to my day job. See what I'm saying? That's got no... Yes, it has, tell a lie. As I said, if you spot anything that I might miss, because spirits have a habit, of letting themselves be known only when you play back, or voices. So if you hear anything or see anything, I can honestly say I'm here on my own. Yeah, you'll see. I'm not going to show the van, my work vehicle, because there's no need to show my work vehicle, and there's no need to show my face really. It's not that pretty. As the old saying goes, Sam, I must have loved you. As Trevor says in Grand Theft Auto. I can't think who though. No, but I just don't think Paul's different, because Paul, who does, and the Paul I was talking about, by the way, the life of Paul, is totally different to the Paul who does these videos. He just does unusual things. So go on to his videos, because he's had some amazing videos, amazing graveyards. He gets paid, you know, he asks for a coffee and all that. I don't do any of that at the moment. And I ain't got a Scooby-Doo on how to do that. If people wanted me to do that and said, right, you'd have to show me how to set up a page, and then what I could do is maybe do it a part-time to begin with. Right, well, as you've seen, with the church is a lovely church. I'm not tempting to go in it, because I think it's locked anyway. And John, oh look at this, John Dodd, is it Dodd? D-O-D-D, John Dodd, well. Right, I've seen what year that is. I've got to head back now and crack on with my work. I want to thank you for watching this video. Sorry it's a short one, because it is a short, small cemetery. If you can like and subscribe, and there should be a video in the next week or two. Thank you for watching, and all look after yourself.